The Babe led the Bombers to their first World Championship in 1923.
Strike three, a no-hitter, a perfect game for Don Larson.
Reggie Jackson hit his third home run of the game.
Hayes makes the catch. The Yankees win.
The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
1999 always seems to get lost in the shuffle of great Yankee teams and championships because it was in the middle of a 3 years in a row run, and it followed that unbeatable 1998 season.
You know, we come to spring training and we see Mr. Torre have that meeting, and he always talking about when we play in October.
A tribute to the manager, Joe Torre. Every single spring, he addressed him to the fact that this was going to be the season that was going to be special.
We believe that we can win every year.
But we wanted to win every game. And I mean, it sounds funny kind of saying it, but we felt as though every time we took the field, we were better than the other team. And we, I don't necessarily know if you say you expect to win, but we played to win.
The Yankees followed up their record-setting 1998 campaign with an American League leading 98-64 record. Derek Jeter led the charge as he posted career highs in runs scored, home runs, and batting average, while leading the majors with 219 hits. Bernie Williams was also an offensive catalyst for the team, hitting to a .342 clip, while also recording a Major League leading 7 4-hit games. As far as the pitching staff was concerned, the Yankees' rotation was anchored by David Cone, who posted a 3.44 ERA and tossed a perfect game on July 18th, as well as Orlando El Duque Hernandez, who won 17 games. The bullpen was piloted by Mariano Rivera and his MLB leading 45 saves. Mo pitched to a 1.84 earned run average while finishing third in the AL Cy Young race.
The Yankees entered the World Series with a lot of momentum. They had just beaten their rival Red Sox in a 5-game ALCS, so I think they had some good momentum going in. They were facing a Braves team that was very familiar to them, having faced them in the World Series a few years before.
After beating them in 96, you play them in 99. We just finished winning 8 World Series games in a row after sweeping the Padres.
You know, we knew that we wanted to prove that we could do it again. And we knew the type of pitching that they had, and it was going to be tough to score runs.
We played the Braves in interleague, so we were pretty comfortable and we knew what they were about and who they were because we played them during the regular season.
I just think that we felt that we were going to beat the Braves, and I don't know that the Braves felt that they were going to beat us because we had had so much success against them.
El Duque started it off for us and pitched game 1 against Maddox. That was a tough matchup, and he knew that he had to pitch a tough game. He wasn't going to get too many runs to work with.
El Duque, a big game pitcher, never rattled. We knew that every time he goes out on the mound, we have a great shot at winning.
He struck out the side.
He liked to be the big game pitcher, and he was very quiet that day and went out and just done just a super job.
El Duque was a big part of '99. He got us off on the road in game 1 and just stuffed their lineup.
El Duque struck out 8 of the first 11 batters he faced and cruised through 7 innings, allowing just 1 hit, which unfortunately was a solo home run to Chipper Jones. Down 1-0 in the 8th, the Yankees' offense came to life. With the bases loaded and Greg Maddux still on the mound for the Braves, Derek Jeter came to the plate.
Swung on line, base hit left field. Scoring this Brocious. A line drive, Ribby, base hit by Jeter, ties the game. Bases loaded, no one out for the middle of the Yankee order.
John Rocker, who held left-handed hitters to a 140 average in 1999, entered the game to face Paul O'Neill.
The pitch, hit on the ground, base hit right field. Curtis scores, coming around third is Knobloch. The throw home is not in time, and in the 8th inning, the Yankees take a 3-1 lead.
Mariano Rivera entered with 2 outs in the 8th and proceeded to shut the door on the Braves. The Yankees took Game 1 by a final of 4-1.
I had a similar style to El Duque, so I got a pretty good roadmap watching him face that Braves lineup. And the Braves even made some changes the second game that I started against me and put some different left-handed bats in their lineup, but I was able to kind of follow El Duque's lead and shut them down too. So the first 2 games in Atlanta, El Duque and then me were able just to shut down their offense and set the tone for the entire series.
Cone gave up just 1 hit over 7 scoreless innings, while the offense scored 7 runs on 14 hits.
Another line drive, another base hit.
The Yankees cruised to a 7-2 Game 2 victory and took a commanding 2-0 series advantage back to the Bronx.
You know, to go to Atlanta and win the first 2 and then come back home. And we remembered being on the other side of that in 1996. We didn't want it to happen at our place.
Came back to Yankee Stadium, and the Braves looked like they were going to make this a lengthier series when they took a 5-1 lead behind Tom Glavine.
We always thought, okay, we were never down. Even if we are behind, we feel like we can come back.
But the Yankees kept chipping away. Home runs by Chad Curtis and Tino Martinez closed the gap.
See ya! Home run, Tino Martinez!
Everybody on those Yankee teams, you know, wanted to be the hero. You know, they weren't waiting for the guy behind them to do it or the guy ahead of them to do it. Everybody on a 25-man roster wants to be a hero and wants to contribute.
And in the 8th inning, Chuck Knobloch tied the score when he followed a single by Joe Girardi with a 2-run home run.
Chuck Knobloch has tied the game!
He was a clutch leadoff hitter. He got on base so many times, scored so many runs, and also had a knack for hitting big home runs at certain times. So Knobloch was never afraid of the moment.
When you talked to Chad Curtis, even though he had been moved into a backup role, he would always tell you that he was one of the best center fielders in baseball. Even when he wasn't playing full-time as a center fielder, he would tell you that this is the kind of guy he believed that he was.
Yeah, he wasn't playing every day, and he was hitting against lefties.
And in the bottom of the 10th, Chad Curtis faced lefty Mike Remlinger.
I know he was a fastball pitcher, and we're talking about Chad Curtis going to turn this guy around. And sure enough, threw him a fastball, I think 1-0, and you know, we won the game in the 10th.
See ya! A home run into the Braves bullpen and left center field. And the Yankees win the game 6-5. And they're 1 win away from baseball nirvana. Oh, what a home run for Chad Curtis. What a thrilling come from behind. 6-5 Yankee win. Oh, man, it doesn't get better than this.
No, I don't think that once the Yankees jumped out to a 3-0 lead in 1999 that there was any doubt that they would be able to finish off that World Series. They were the better team. They were the more powerful team.
There wasn't much doubt, no. I mean, considering the fact that we swept the Padres in '98, that we knew how to step on the gas pedal. We knew how to finish the job.
Well, in Game 4, we had Clemens, you know, on the mound, and he was very hungry for, you know, to get a World Series win.
And he starts the game with a strikeout. Jones pokes it. Brocious, a great stab, whirling throw. 3 tremendous plays by New York defensively.
And he pitched a beautiful game, 7 2/3 innings.
The Yankees entered the bottom of the 8th, leading 3-1. Joe Torre decided to pinch hit for Darryl Strawberry with lefty Terry Mulholland on the mound and sent Jim Leyritz to the plate.
Long drive left field. Has Leyritz done it again? You bet.
With Mariano Rivera on the mound, the Yankees look to lock down their 3rd World Series title in 4 years.
The 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air to left center. Bernie trots over. Curtis is there. Curtis makes the catch. Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. The New York Yankees, for the 25th time in their glorious history, have once again reached the pinnacle of the sports world.
I think anytime you win a World Series, it's special. As you look at that Yankee run, you might say 96 was special because it was Torre's first World Series. 98 was special because they won 125 games. But you know what? 1999 was special too. You talk to Major League players about what they want to achieve. They all talk about getting a World Series ring. So the ability to say you could put a 1999 World Series ring on your finger, that shows you why it was special. There's nothing ho-hum about winning a World Series.
The offense received contributions from everyone, including a 2-homer game from Chad Curtis, a clutch home run from Chuck Knobloch, and solid all-around hitting from Scott Brocious and Derek Jeter.
But to be able to sweep them the way we did, pitching tells you again, that you win games with pitching.
They held a powerful Braves team down, holding them just 3 runs in the first 2 games, 10 runs total in a 4-game sweep.
Mariano Rivera was named the World Series MVP as he appeared in 3 of the 4 games, recording a win and 2 saves while not allowing a single run.
They had ended up winning 12 straight World Series games over the course of their last 3 appearances.
But it had been a long time since any team had won 3 in a row. And so I think there were some questions about whether they could become the first one to do it in almost 30 years. So nothing was a sure thing. Joe Torre always used to love to say the playoffs are a crapshoot. You never know what happens. You're running into a hot pitcher, and all of a sudden you find yourself at home. But they probably had as much confidence going into 2000 as they've ever had before.